hauntedflower.com and hauntedflowerreviews.com. Today I have a lot of DVD sets from the History Channel and one from A&E. So in honor of this first title, which is Billy the Exterminator Season 4, I'm wearing my mouse hat because he looks for a lot of rats, and it's kind of similar. This is 2 discs, 4 hours and 16 minutes worth of content. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 episodes, and they're all kind of fun because this series isn't exactly what I thought it was. Looking at the cover, I'm like, ew, a bunch of bugs. I really don't want to watch it. I get enough of that watching, hoarders and stuff. But it's not really the case with Billy. Billy actually helps out in a lot of situations, like attack geese or snakes or gators. Or in one episode, he goes to hunt a little cougar to get him off the property so he can go somewhere safer. Or a skunk, or any number of little animals, and he treats them really humanely. The only bugs he really goes after are, the bed bugs, the really horrible ones that are like parasitic and stuff. He also rescues squirrels and raccoons. And even when he has to go after a bunch of honeybees, he tries to do it in a humane way so he can take them somewhere else. I thought that was really cool, and being that I really, really, really hate animal cruelty, it made me feel better seeing that they took so much care just to remove them from a situation they shouldn't be in, like someone's home, and releasing them into the wild where they can be much happier. So Billy himself is a really weird guy. He dresses in spikes and all this funky stuff, and he likes to wear these sunglasses. If he took them off, you'd actually see how old he is, but I think he really likes being young at heart. He goes on the road with his brother a lot to, go on these little missions. Mom sometimes orders them to go on these things. They're trying to make it into a family business, kind of like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but I don't feel like that element really happens or works for it very much. And I really enjoy the situation set up to be like, oh, Billy, you have to go to the Everglades today so that this dude can teach you how to wrangle gators. So occasionally he has a learning experience so that his resume can be bigger and he can do more stuff. So that's Billy the Exterminator Season 4. Next, I've got from the History Channel, Only in America, Larry the Cable Guy, Volume 2. I've already reviewed Volume 1 before. Volume 2 is no different. It's Larry being a little bit of an idiot, making fun of himself, but he also finds some interesting things, like a really small town that basically has a population of this one woman controlling everything, and he kind of finds a way to create a fundraiser so that she can rebuild her library and fix the roads in town. I particularly enjoyed watching Larry try to go to boot camp and with the Marines and the Army and whatnot, and try to go through an obstacle course very, very badly. And while they try to push him but don't want to kill him because he's on TV. And there's also a thing where he deep fries everything. You can see all the stuff people deep fry. There's just all these different things that do exist in America and are interesting to learn about. And it's more interesting probably without Larry, but he's trying to be the comic relief while also providing some education to the public here. It has 11 episodes, 3 discs, 7 hours, 50 minutes. So you can get a whole lot of Larry. So if you like Larry already, then the series is even better for you. Next from the History Channel is The Presidents, the lives, the legacies, the leaders of the United States. This is kind of interesting. It's 4 discs. It comes into almost 7 hours before you count the bonus features. And the bonus features are a Barack Obama episode of Biography, a feature-length documentary of all the president's wives, and a timeline of the U.S. presidents. To learn a little bit more about them than you did in your history books, because some of them go over a president's time span so quickly, you don't get to find out all these interesting things, like how presidents transitioned from their office, like how John Adams was kind of a jerk about it to Thomas Jefferson, and who was really good at state dinners, and who was good at decorating and riding horses, and who wasn't, and who really was good at their job, and who sucked at it, and who really tried hard, and who had a lot of issues. I really thought that was fascinating. I learned a lot of things I didn't know before about individual presidents, especially the further back you go. So I really enjoyed the set, and I thought it was very educational. So there's that. Next I've got Planet Egypt from the History Channel. So much history. This is really just a 4-hour miniseries really exploring Egypt, how Egypt started, and what sort of things that we have today that may have originated in Egypt. It is 2 discs, and it comes in at 3 hours, 4 minutes. And it does not have any bonus features, just subtitles. What was really interesting in the first episode, The Birth of an Empire, is that Egypt had this moment before it became Egypt where it either could have been a peaceful merger or it could have been this war. And they were still actually finding out all the details of how that went down, looking through, you know, their archaeological digs and what this picture means with the dude with 2 crowns and all this stuff. And so there's a lot of interesting things to learn here. The really ancient pharaohs did not have as crazy a tombs as the later ones did. So to me, it sounds like they started having a competition down the line, each one wanting a bigger and better tomb, whatever. Doesn't matter, you're gone. So there's a lot of cool stuff to be learned in Planet Egypt. Lastly, we have my favorite, actually, from the set, History Channel Season 5 of Ice Road Truckers. I had never watched this show before, and I found this addicting and so interesting. It's 4 discs, 12 hours, 16 minutes total, plus extras. The extras are just additional footage, and it basically follows around all these reality show people as they go on these ice roads. Ice roads are literally that. Sometimes roads are only formed during the winter where you actually have to go over a body of water that is frozen over. Now, they are not always traveling on these ice roads, but they are always traveling on dangerous roads. There are icy bridges. There are these big hills that you have to have so much momentum going up to go down and then be able to control it on the way down in case you meet another oncoming vehicle and then have to get back up again. And sometimes trucks have to push other trucks up a hill or tow them out of a ditch. There are so many amazing things. And I really enjoyed going around with these characters, especially Lisa, who is like a really capable woman. She seems to get all the hardest tasks in this season. She's always rescuing somebody, pushing a semi, suddenly getting the biggest trailer ever that she's ever pulled. She's always challenging herself and rises to the occasion. There's a new girl, the rookie, and she's like the hot one. I thought she was going to be a bigger part of the series, judging from the credits, but she's really not. She's just learning this job and is kind of freaking out along the way, and I think she's mostly there as eye candy. But there's a lot of interesting guy characters too. There's this guy who's really resentful because he's having to go on these training things and he wants to be like the one that hauls the most loads this year, but he's behind mostly because of his attitude. Everything is super negative. You've got this dude who's like the polar bear or whatever they nickname him. He's got a partner and they both go together and they're really a funny comedy duo. You've got this old guy with a hat who's really funny and laughs all the time. You'd think he would be the community Santa Claus around Christmas time. And then there's this guy who trains people. So lots of interesting things. 16 episodes. Exhilarating series is true. What I really liked about it is they'll get in a dangerous situation and then the narrator will come in and be like, if this doesn't work out, this is what could potentially happen. And you'll get this simulation of, oh no, the semi would fall off the bridge and into the water and sink and everyone would drown. Oh no. And then you watch it and that doesn't happen. But it's kind of cool to see what the riskiest thing that could happen would be, because it makes it all the more exciting. Like, then a chain snaps and you're like, oh no, that's totally going to happen now. But it doesn't. It usually doesn't. They're usually very capable drivers and nothing bad really ever happens to them. But because it could, it's kind of exciting. Kind of like watching sports entertainment or something. So, thank you for watching my review. I know this is a long one because I went through 5 DVD sets. All of these are so educational. And the ones I really liked the most were Ice Road Truckers and Billy the Exterminator. So those are the ones I'd recommend you check out if you're interested in any of these titles. Thank you for watching my review, and I hope you'll join me next time. Bye-bye.
If you like this review, go to my site at hauntedflowerreviews.com. I also have a podcast on iTunes. Please leave me ratings and comments. Also, we have a store, hauntedflower.com, where you can find the best online apparel and accessories from movies, TV shows, anime, and more. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedflower, and that's where we have all of our contests too, so you can win free stuff. Go to indiemojo.com if you live in Indianapolis, and you can find out how to go to free movies.